Leanne Scott here from Move Smarter, and I've come on today. I put out a story a couple days ago in regards to asking for questions from my followers or anyone that is interested in the new Move Smarter Live online upcoming Zoom class that is starting very, very soon. I'll give more details in a minute. But I basically said on a story, if anyone has any questions about the class, put them here. I'll get them all together and I'll do a live. So it's going to be kind of off the cuff. I'm just letting you know right now because this is not easy to do. There's people asking questions already right now. If you have a question right now that you want to ask about the class, ask it. And if I miss it, because like I said, it's scrolling like crazy underneath right now. If I miss it, just please ask again or drop me a DM and I'll answer you privately. Okay, so we're going to get right to the questions that I already have about Move Smarter Live. First off, what exactly is it? This was actually a question a number of people asked. What is it and who is it for? So it is Move Smarter Live is a once a week online movement class done through the lens of brain plasticity, designed for anyone who either has injuries, chronic pain, mobility issues, neurological issues, anyone that wants to move better, feel better, have less pain, and not just as they age now, but especially as they age. It's gentle. The differences about what is it, who's it for, and what is it, and and what makes it different than any other exercise class on the planet online. It is because it's brain plastic based. It's very gentle yet incredibly potent. Don't get me wrong. Just because an exercise or a movement class is gentle does not mean it's slow to effectiveness. It is skill-based versus brute strength-based. You'll notice in a lot of my reels, if you follow me, that I often talk about I call our program Move Smarter. It's about skillful movement versus forced or brute strength movement. We never ask you to push through pain. We never say, oh, if you do this, excuse me, and it hurts, it'll feel better in a couple minutes. That's not what it's about. So that is one of the reasons why it can be so beneficial for a lot of people that traditionally can't go to exercise classes because they literally just feel like they can't do those classes. Sorry if my eyes lower. I'm trying to see if anybody's asking a question. Just want to check in on that. So again, what is it? It's called Move Smarter Live. It is a once a week movement class live on Zoom. I should say that very clearly. I know it's called Move Smarter Live, but a lot of people said that. What do you mean Move Smarter Live on Zoom? It is not a recorded class in the sense that I don't pre-record something and put it up once a week. It is live. So there's back and forth questions can be asked. It's done in real time, so you can see how you can participate, etc. So it's a live class versus something like a package that you buy that has recorded videos, which is also very good. But this is what makes this is different. And again, we won't harbor it. It's perfect for beginners, older adults, people with injuries, chronic pain, or even if just, like I'm getting stiff and sore and it's not, my movement is getting a little worrisome. This class is for you. Okay. We have a free class. And so a lot of people have been asking about that. View request, send a request to be in 11. Oh, I've never done this before. Okay. I'm going to hit this. Deborah, go live. Hopefully, Deborah does have a question. I believe it's ringing for Deborah. If I don't hear from you, Deborah, and I've done something wrong, then my apologies, because I don't know what else I could do. I'm going to continue for everybody else. By the way, I will post this as a reel. So if you want to rehear something I have to say, it will be posted after this live. So the first class is free. The first class is this Thursday, May the 1st at 11 a.m. PST. Now, I'm going to talk about the PST thing. That was one of the questions. So I'll make sure Pacific Standard Time, because it's the time that I live in. And that class is free, completely free. You sign up. I'm going to tell you how to sign up if you would like to sign up for that class. But then people are saying, okay, but then you talked about a founding member price. How does this work? I thought it was free. And if it's free, then what, so this is how it works. You do the very, very first class, which takes place, like I said, on Thursday, May the 1st, is totally free. No catch, no commitment. You just sign up. We send you the link, the Zoom link, and you join in. If you love it and you want to continue with the class, the once a week class moving forward, you can, because you're what we call a founding member. You guys are the first ones in this group to do the Zoom Move Smarter Live. You can lock in after the first free class. If you want to continue, we are going to ask for a payment of $14 USD a month. That's it. So that's 4 classes once a week for $14. So that means each class is about $3.50, which is not very much for, whatever. People have their finances, but for $3.50 or $14 a month, if you want to continue on, after the free class, you will get an email saying, do you want to continue on? You respond to that email, and that $14 a month will be yours, and you can lock into that price for as long as you want. Oh, she's sending me another. Deborah, I'm so sorry. I'm hitting view request, accept. Oh, there was another one too. This isn't the clearest. Oh, mama, can I scroll down? Can I? Sorry, guys. I guess this is what a live is all about. Joined, comment. No, I can't seem to go back to the other person. Whoever was the other person that wanted to say something or be on it, it only gave me the one time. Sorry. Right again. My apologies for not knowing how to do this. There's no class on how to do this. So back to what I was saying. It is free. The first class is free. If you want to continue after that class and you want to, so you join with us, it's $14 a month for as long as you want to be signed up for. So as long as you're registered, it's per month. So it's not for, life, but that price will be for you as long as you continue to stay registered every single month. So at some point, the price will go up. Oh, sorry, I just got another message down there. At some point, the price of this class will go up, pardon me, but not for you. If, because you're a founding member, you take the free class and then you say, yeah, I want to do this once a week. There was a fun class. I want to do it. And you sign up and you pay your $14 and then you do it again the next month and you do it again the next month. Even if the price goes up for the class, which it eventually will go up more than $14 a month, your price will not, because you are a founding member. You just have to stay registered. So that's it. That's all. I hope that explains it. So how does the free class and the $14 deal work? If after your very first class on May 1st is free, no catch, no commitment. If after that class you love it and you want to stay, you lock in the founding member price of $14 a month. And you can cancel, by the way, once you've paid your $14 a month and you've done it for a few months, say, or whatever, and you decide you don't want to, you can cancel anytime. No contracts, no penalties, no pressure, nothing. I want people to attend the class that want to be there. So yeah, there's no obligations. There's really no law, it's a win-win. You get a free class, you can make a decision after that. And if you by the month want to come in and go out, once you're not registered anymore, and if in that interim the price does go up, you're no longer a member. You can't sort of phone us a year from now and say, oh yeah, I was a founding member, so I want to be back to my price. You sort of have to stay registered. But $14 per month, you guys, is a good deal, in my opinion, for a very complex this is brain plastic therapy, brain plastic exercises. This isn't just and a one and a two, and it's not a traditional exercise class. So that's it. That's the price. I hope that explains it. If you have questions more, go ahead. Replays. Every single class will be recorded, and I will talk a little bit about that as well. Some people don't want to be recorded. I get that. But every single class will be recorded. The recording will be of me. And so if you miss a class, or say as you can't join at 11 a.m. PST because that's middle of the night for you, doesn't mean you can't take the class, because every single class is recorded and the replays will always be sent to you. Whether you, if you're signed up for the class, you'll get the replay, whether you were there live or not. So that means two things. One, if you, just because of time change, can never attend the class, you can still attend the class because you will always get the replays. You won't be there live, but it's the next best thing. And then secondly, if you are a person that can possibly attend some of the classes, but you think, I'm going to probably miss one or two, again, you will always get the replays and they will always be sent to you post class. And no, you will not be on the replays. Somebody asked me that. If you don't want to be, because this is Zoom, if you don't want to be seen, you just take off your camera and we can show you and teach you how to do that. So you never have to be seen. I will always be seen, so you can follow me, but does that, hopefully that makes sense. I'm asking you like you're there and you can respond, which some of you are probably trying to respond, but you can't because I don't know how. So you get class replays as well. Is the class painful? No. The whole concept of brain plasticity exercise, brain plasticity therapy is that you do not need to teach your brain that movement hurts. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get one more request. I wish I could accept all of these people, but it only allows me to accept one at a time, and then it goes away. I will do a YouTube Google on how to do this better. My apologies, you guys. Please just write me a DM or email me, and all that info will be on the thing. But just drop me a DM, and I will write you privately. So no, there is no pain, no gain in our class. There is no, it'll hurt, but just for a minute. There is no, we do not believe, trust me, most people that live with chronic pain don't need me to teach them more chronic pain. And if you're a chronic pain sufferer, you'll get what I just said. That will ring true for you. We come at movement from an entirely different perspective. It's more skeletally based and nervous system based than strain or pull or stretch. It's your muscles move, of course, because you're moving, but it's not based in the concept of extreme. It's, in fact, it's based on the concept of detailed, small listening movements. We're trying to retrain neural movement patterns. So a lot of us have really tight, stiff, for whatever reason, be it injuries, life experience, whatever, we tighten up as we age as a general rule. And our patterns of movement, or our habits of movement, are quite tight and stiff and push centric. We're trying to get rid of those and create new ones that are easier, smoother, more delicate, more specific. And 9 times out of 10, if you find a way to do a movement smarter, easier, the brain will actually remove pain because it wants you to continue to do that. It's a difficult concept to get into because it's kind of brainiac, but it's really common sense. And the more you hear me speak about it and the more you participate in class, the more it'll make sense. So no, the classes do not hurt. And in fact, I have an agreement with you and I say if something does start to hurt, that you need to pull it down by like 50% and make it way smaller, and then even another 50%. And you can even do the movements in your imagination. And while I know that may sound strange, it's not. The brain, we now know through movement MRIs and brain plastic research that the brain doing a movement and imagining a movement really, really, really clearly and well and in detail is about 97% similar than doing the movement. So even if you couldn't move your arm, like a person that doesn't have an arm can do an arm exercise because they can picture it and move it. Again, it's complex, but no, anyone can do this class as long as you can hear me give the instruction or watch me give the instruction. And so yes. Also, by the way, people ask me, is it on the floor? I can't get down on the floor. All of these classes will be done in sitting. So all you need is a good chair, a solid chair, not a lounge chair like I'm sitting in, but an upright sort of kitchen-like chair. Couple pillows if you'd like to support. We're always trying to stay in comfort. And room that if you did move your arms sort of side to side, you wouldn't knock over a table lamp. And that's pretty much it. So, and again, I've had people do these classes listening to them and imagining them lying in while they're lying in bed. So, yeah, not on the ground. You're not going to be asked to do anything that is beyond your limits. And people say, well, everybody's different. So how do you know what everybody's limits are? It's a discussion that I have and an agreement that I have with everybody that takes the class that they're self-responsible. And if they start to feel pain, there is no good pain. We'll talk about it in class, but if they start to feel pain, that they get smaller and smaller and smaller and less than. It's not about range of motion, it's about quality of motion. Just kind of made that up. So anyway, yes, no, there will be no pain, and yes, everyone can participate in this. Even if you have injuries, arthritis, bad knees, very limited mobility, bad back, fused spine, neurological illnesses, Parkinson's, MS, trust me, and it's a free class, so you can come and hear about it and try it. It's amazing. What everyone is welcome in this class. Let's just say that clear. I talked about this. And you do need a device. You need to be able to do Zoom. So you need either a phone, a tablet, or a computer. Um, if you don't have any kind of device, I have to check with my IT team, but I'm starting to think that maybe we could just do it audio on the phone, but I can't swear to that right now. So my apologies. I will find out that information for you. But yes, it is a live class on Zoom, so you do need some kind of computer. My guess is because if you're on here watching this live, you have something like a phone, and you can do Zoom through that. And people will say, "Well, I don't know how to do that." It's really simple. We will send you an email. It's a direct link that we send you that will take you right to the class. So you literally have to click on the link that we send you and it will open it. And that's how you can attend the class for anybody who's unsure about how Zoom works. If you have questions about Zoom, text me privately. Do you have to have your camera on? No, you don't. I would love to see everybody. Because safety, but I got to be perfectly honest with you, we have a lot of people signed up for the live class, for the first class that's free, so I won't be able to see everybody anyway. So no, if you're not comfortable with having a camera on yourself, then turn your camera off. I'm going to save that to the end. What if I'm already doing yoga, Pilates, blah, 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 blah? Yes, this will enhance anything you're doing. Any learning that you can do about your body, information I use Scully, my skeleton a lot. I teach. It's an entirely different class. It's not, like I said, just boom, 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 boom. So it's a very teaching modality class. I demonstrate. I show things. I show things on Scully. I give you the movements. I tell a story that is potent for the movement. This is all the stuff that brain needs and feeds off of. So if you're a more knowledgeable person about your movement, of course that will radiate into your Pilates, your yoga, your walks, your anything. So the answer to that is yes. You don't have to sort of stop everything else. It enhances what you're already doing. What kind of results can you expect and when? It is a tough one to say because, of course, every single person's different. They're different in how they learn. They're different in what they have, like from in terms of pain and levels of pain and injuries and neurological disorders. But I will say that you can, lots of people feel results in the class that they're doing. because we're learning or relearning or retraining certain movements and how to do them easier. Often people, when they find out how to do it easier, even if it's a small movement and they find how to do it easier, like I said, the brain goes and pulls pain away. So a lot of people will have actual pain reduction right in the class, and they'll be able to even maybe do the movement more beautifully because they don't have pain. So like I said, I don't promise anything to anyone. No one should. If somebody's telling you, "Oh, you'll have no pain in 5 classes," don't join that, because everybody's different. Uh, as I said. So, but it is because it is such an intellectualized concept, and the brain can learn quickly. There can be pretty radical results, which can be fabulous. There, yes, there's still. Sorry, I'm sort of bouncing all over the place now. Is there space limited in the free class left? Yes, there is still space in the free class. Not that much though. So if you want to join, I'll say this now, so in case you want to get off. As I said, I will post this, so you can comment there, or you can go to one of my many reels that's about the Move Smarter Live class. There's a few of them right at the top, because we're promoting it right now, of my page, and you just comment 7777, and that will send you a sign up to sign up for the free class, and that's all you need, because you'll be getting all the other information via email, etc., and from the class. So again, it's this Thursday, May the 1st, 11 AM PST. If you cannot attend, that's okay, because you're registering, you're in, so you will get all the emails, so don't worry about that. What else? Can you tell this is very strange? I answered that. Not very techy, we answered that. It is one clickable link to get on to the class. And if you miss a live class, remember, no worries. You'll get the full replays. So you don't, and you can watch the replays, and you will have the replays at your beck and call. They're yours. So if you attend 4 months of this class, you will have 16 videos that are yours to keep. So you can get a little bit of a library of a brain plastic movement class, which is kind of cool. You can watch them and rewatch them and rewatch them and rewatch them. They're yours to have. I talked that it's brain based. I've covered this a lot, how it's different than regular exercise. If you're too tired or too sore to do the class one day, you would be gobsmacked at how beneficial a tiny, tiny movement could be, like that small that I just did. And you could just sit and listen. And we learn through audio. We're an information system. Human beings are information systems. You're going to hear me say that a lot in class. And we learn through information gathered by our ears. So yeah, you could lay down and, if you're not feeling well, and just listen to the class, or just listen to the replay after. How long is each class? Each class is approximately 45 minutes, sort of max. That's about as long as the brain sort of learns in, anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. Depending how everybody's doing, depending how I'm teaching, depending on the, how the class went. But that would be about max, is 45 minutes. We find, excuse me, through brain plastic research, again, that after a certain amount of time, the brain's kind of done taking in new information. So there's no point in getting redundant, which I am being kind of here. My apologies. You do not need any previous experience with brain plasticity or any previous exercise experience. In fact, if you have less exercise experience, you'll probably do better. As a professional dancer, I'm not going to lie to you, this was not the easiest when I went to school to study for brain plasticity therapy. It wasn't the easiest thing for me, because I had a lot of information about the opposite, about go big, go home, push, no pain, no gain, higher is better, kick, So no, you don't have to have any previous exercise experience. And like I said, in fact, you might do better if you don't. Will this help with balance and fall prevention? 1000%. Yes. Yes, it will. Many of our students and in clinic patients say that even though we didn't necessarily work on balance that day, that whatever it was we did in session or in class vastly improved their coordination, timing, nuance, etc., which is all integral with balance. So yes, someone was just asking specifically because that was her biggest thing. And lastly, this will be the last thing the last question. Is this program good for brain health too? Yes. When you are doing brain plastic type movements, and I know that may sound a little counterintuitive, but again, trust me, you'll learn what I mean in the class. You are improving the brain. That is what you're doing. You're actually creating more neural pathways, which is the little sidewalks, the little pathways between neurons. You're actually creating more of those per second than you would be if you were just sitting doing nothing. Because our brain always creates neural pathways, but you create more, lots more, by doing movement. But here's the hook, and here's the little interesting part. Not just any movement, movement with attention, slow movement, gentle movement, small range of motion, subtle, having very flexible goals, all the things that I'm going to teach you in this class. If you do movement in that way, you actually will create more neural pathways per second than you will if you actually go big and go home and push. So it's fascinating. It's sort of the opposite of a lot of things that we've been told in the last few years. So a brain that has more neural pathways is a more complex brain and thus will do better in cognitive things. And I do air quotes because in my world, the brain movement, they're all work, the brain runs everything. So you can't possibly improve a movement and decrease pain and not have a more complex brain. They're hand in hand. And thus, in the reverse, if you have a more complex brain that can figure out details and learn better, you will learn how to do easier movement faster than if you didn't. So, yeah, brain health will be massively improved. And if that's the only reason you want to do this kind of class, that's more than worth the coming for 45 minutes once a week type and $14 a month. Yeah, brain health is everything, as I'm sure a lot of you are very aware. So again, the first class starts this Thursday. Like I said, if you can't attend it due to time, like literal time zones, as long as you're registered, you will get the replays, you will be considered in the class. So comment below when I post this 7777 and you will get the sign up sheet to sign yourself up for the free class, whether you can attend it or not. I know that sounds confusing, but just, we're not all in the same time zones. And then after that, if you love the class, and I really, really do think you will, all you have to do you can continue on for $14 a month, but you have to lock in right at, pretty much after the free class. The emails will be clear on what how to do it, what to do, how to do that, and how to register. Because that price will eventually go up. This class will continue. We did it before and it continued for a long time. The monthly price will go up, but it won't for you if you sign into this free class and then register and stay in. That price will stay at $14 and just float around there forever and ever. Amen. My apologies for all the people that tried to join, and I, honest to goodnessly, touched everything on the screen that said that I should be able to do it, and it didn't seem to do anything. So I will spend some time. I hope if you did have a question and you wanted to jump on and ask me something, that once I get off here and post this, I hope to go to my DMs and I'll see your questions. That's it. That's all. Again, it's starting soon. It's Monday and the class is Thursday. So if you have any questions, just DM me, email me, phone me. I'd rather you didn't phone. Not gonna lie to you because there's a lot of people out there. But yeah, I'm thrilled to be able to offer this kind of class to people that are suffering from chronic pain and limited mobility, because it's changed the trajectory of my pain and my mobility issues on its patoot. And I won't go on and on, but needless to say, I was a wheelchair-bound wheelchair user as a young person and had incredible chronic pain for about 20 years until I found this. And this therapy, studied it for 4 years and now have my own clinic for over a decade. I move better now at 56 and have less pain at 56 than I've done in my entire life. And that includes my teenagers and 20s. There's nothing, I can't promote this anymore. I can't stand behind a therapy any more than this. And I'm thrilled to be able to have created Move Smarter around this brain plastic therapy because I think it can be life changing for a lot of folks. I'm going to get off this now. This is really live. They're really long, but I did want to answer as many questions as I could, and I did have 20. So there you go. Comment below 7777 if you want info. You don't have to sign up. You can just get the info about Move Smarter Live this Thursday, first class, May the 1st, 11 a.m. PST. Okay, talk to you soon, guys. Have a great one. Leanne Scott. Bye.